Good morning, victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse. My name is Kim, and you're watching Kim Wilson TV. My channel is dedicated to helping victims get free, stay free, and never have to return to that crisis. Now, today we're going to talk about a subject that comes up quite frequently, and that is, how do I stop loving or thinking about my narc? I really want to keep this video short, so I'm not going to drudge up a lot of what has happened to us as the victims and survivors of this horrendous abuse. We know what we've been through. Now, let's get right to how do we get beyond this. I think we have to, first of all, truly look at what has been happening. When I think about my narc, I don't think, about the lost love, because there was never any love there. I was stalked, I was summed up, and I was taken hostage for nothing other than narcissistic supply. My narc is mentally ill. He falls into the cluster B group of narcissists, sociopaths, and psychopaths, gravely mentally ill. So I just think, we need to get right to the core of this. They have no capacity for love, no capacity for empathy. They're mentally ill. They didn't love you. They didn't love the victim before you. They're not loving the victim after you. They don't love their children, not their mother, not their dog, and they absolutely hate and loathe themselves. So that is the absolute foundation from which your recovery and understanding has to launch. That's where you have to start, with the internalization and the complete understanding that you're dealing with someone who is gravely ill, gravely destructive, and truly a disgusting human being. First and foremost, if you are still involved with your narcissist, you have to get out of there. You have to absolutely terminate the relationship. There is no relationship there. There is never going to be a sense of justice or vindication. You are never going to get the answers to the questions you have. You are never going to walk away feeling like there was closure. Nothing. There's nothing, okay? Nothing but more harm, more hurt, more destruction, more bullshit. You got to stop it. If you're in a situation where you're waking up to what you're in and you continue to perpetuate it, well, you need to stop blaming the narc now, because you know what the narc is and you need to get out of there. I have personally heard 1,000 stories of how victims and survivors returned to the scene of the crime, looking, for closure or some sort of vindication. Nothing. I have never once heard it ended well. Typically, you go get your ass kicked one more time and leave with your tail between your legs sniveling. And who hurt you? You hurt you. You did it to you because you just couldn't accept what it is. It's nothing. There's nothing there. It's a giant black hole. So do not even stand near the edge of the black hole, and for God's sakes, don't jump in it. Now, when it comes to me thinking about my narcissist, I think about the facts as they presented themselves. I showed up loving my narc, believing that my narc loved me, believing that we had a future together. And please take a look at my video about future faking. The facts are, none of that was real. It was all a fake facade. It was all bullshit. And in exchange for all of the love that I brought to the table, I got bullied, I got called names, I got smacked, I got spit on, I got humiliated, I was sabotaged. My relationship was sabotaged. I was lied to. I was cheated on. I was stolen from. It just goes on and on. Nothing good ever came of loving him. The exchange of love was never real. It was all bullshit. So if you want to think about your narc, think about what he did to you in exchange for the love you offered. Cut this piece of shit off. Cut them off. block them on your phone, block them on your email. He just keeps sending emails. I don't open them. I don't read them. Straight to the trash bin. Straight to the trash bin, unopened. I don't answer phone calls from him. I don't communicate with him, not directly or indirectly. He is cut. Period. Done. There is not one good reason why I would allow that filth to come back into my life. Now, what could he be calling for? Either to try and bait and hook me again. Well, I'm not going for that. To perpetuate more lies. I'm not buying any of it. And I don't even want to hear his. So cut him off. Gray rock, no contact, and that means no contact, not directly or indirectly. Stop it. You need to stop it. You open up a channel of communication and you are getting a whooping. You know it and I know it and everybody knows it. So you need to stop doing it to yourself. I think in many cases, victims and survivors will go back, or open a line of communication, expecting the narcissist to show some empathy for what they've done, possibly even apologize. Now, keep in mind, this creep has no capacity to assume any responsibility whatsoever for what he's done. He's been like this since childhood, very likely. It's not happening. Stop looking for it. Never getting the apology you deserve. The way to stop thinking about your narc and stop loving your narc is about acceptance. You loved someone completely undeserving of your love. Accept that. You loved someone and cared for someone and nurtured and fostered a relationship with someone whose only ability to feel good stems from them hurting you. Accept that. That's the truth. You love someone who is mentally ill. Accept it. You are never being vindicated. You are never getting the apology you want. You are never going to receive the empathy you deserved. Never, not in a million years, and you need to accept it. If you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you need to end it, accept that fact, and you need to go totally gray rock, no contact, cut them off. Do not answer the phone. Do not talk to them. Do not speak to them indirectly. Stay the hell away from them. Step away from the black hole. You need to accept that. Another fact that you really need to accept is in your state of emotional turmoil right now, you're probably confusing your feelings. You're probably thinking you love your narc. You're maybe thinking you miss your narc. But what you've probably really got is post-traumatic stress disorder, Stockholm syndrome, narcissistic abuse syndrome. You're probably suffering, from the abuse and the horrible treatment that you've received. And it can be very easy, when you're in that mind fuck, to really confuse how you're feeling. So you need to slow down. You need to get inside yourself and you need to ask yourself, am I really missing them? Am I really loving them? Or am I just so shattered and fractured from all the abuse that I don't know which end is fucking up anymore? If you continue to revisit this shit show-orama from hell, you truly have no one to blame but yourself. Now, you need to maybe start thinking about some of those things that made you happy before the narc sabotaged your life. Maybe start to revisit some of the things that you really enjoyed. I think that you also need to consider why you were initially targeted by your narc, and that's because you're a really great person. None of that shit they said about you was true. None of those horrible emotions and all of that blame that they dumped on you was true. It was all a defense mechanism for them. Don't buy any of it. You're a really good person, and you deserve to find real love with a real human being, and you deserve to have a quality life. The best revenge you're ever going to get on your narc is to go on, move on, and have the life that you deserve. Stay safe, my friends. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate all your comments. If you feel like it, please leave a comment. I love hearing from you. And, if you're so inspired, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Please, stay narc-free today. It's just a horrible, dangerous situation, and you deserve so, so much more, my friend. Be safe. Be narc-free.